6 months to a year ago, if you'd stood over there and you'd have said to me, Trev, this will be once again restored to somewhere near its former glory, I'd have called you every name under the sun. Every name from a pig to a dog. And for once, I would have been wrong, because I couldn't see the restoration of Clipstone Old Quarter happening. It had been 5 years of neglect which had resulted in scrub, some near 20 feet tall. It completely obliterated the site. But now here we are, a few months on, and what I'll do while I'm waffling on, or at least for part of the time while I'm waffling on, I'll overlay a video I took at the time just after all the scrub here in this grass strip had been cleared and work was undergoing to remove some of the vegetation, some of the trees and scrub from the right hand side of the sustenance path, which you can see going up the hill there. Once again, Clipstone Old Quarter is on the road to recovery, and it is hundreds of times better than it was. Now, the first phase of the work has been completed, and that obviously involved the clearance of 5 years worth of scrub, bramble and bracken, and also from the right hand side of the path here, if you look at it, the removal of a lot of bramble and a lot of the scrub that had developed over time. The next stage of the works would be to ensure that the grass strip is cut annually once a year. It only takes one man and a tractor with a gang mower on it, half a day, job done. You would think that would be easy for somebody to decide, yes, we can do that. Apparently not. More work that needs to be done is to remove the strip of scrub that's developed here. That strip's always been there, and it's always run alongside the grass strip, and the strip of scrub is about as wide over most of its length as the grass strip is. That was cut down and mulched once. I think it was 2011, early in the year it was done. It was done at the same time as the grass was cut. So there you've got 10 years plus of scrub growth. That's 10 years worth of scrub growth that's going to take some getting rid of. But all of this requires money, and it's purely down to the work of the Sherwood Forest Trust and the staff there that the money's been raised enough to do this work that we've had done now. So unfortunately, the restoration, or the final restoration, to restore Clipstone Old Quarter back to its former glory requires funds which are probably very difficult to come by. As we look down section A here, it just shows the progress of these last few months. The grass and everything is just greens up so very, so quick. It's very impressive how grass can come back. Also, the brambles coming back, of course. You'll see clumps of bramble regrowth, and by the end of the year, that growth on that bramble could be as much as 6 or 8 feet long. Bramble grows at a fantastic rate, especially when it's cut. There's always been some degree of bramble along the whole length of Clipstone Old Quarter here, but what there hasn't been before is the amount of bracken. The lack of any cutting or mowing regime here not only allowed the scrub to encroach from that back scrub strip, it's also allowed the bracken to come right across the grass strip in places, and bracken can fast become a problem. All these things ultimately need to be looked at and decided, and people's heads need bashing together, needs to be sorted out between the various estates and conservation organisations, who's going to take up the opportunity and the work. After all, annual maintenance here is just one bloke for half a day with a tractor and a gang mower. It's not much to ask, you wouldn't have thought. So there we are, a bit of a progress report for those of you who follow the glowworm survey videos that I do. Surveying for glowworms has been a huge part of my life since 2008. And that was Dillis's fault when she found one larva on this path. That one larva, that discovery of that one glowworm larva, led to over a decade's work, night after night, of walking this grass strip and this path. As part of this site's restoration, glowworms will be monitored. I'll continue to monitor the glowworm population here because it has suffered a drastic decline. The 5 years of invasive scrub, bramble development and bracken spread have taken the toll on the glowworm population here. It must be remembered that Clipstone Old Quarter is famous UK-wide as being one of the best glowworm colonies in the whole of the UK. I wish management would remember that. But typical with management, they're not really interested. The trouble is, glowworms have no rarity designation, so they're not bothered. It's still described as being common, when in Nottinghamshire a few of us have proved now over 10-12 years of the Nottinghamshire Glowworm Survey that the glowworm is anything but common. It's on and in the decline.